Turn now to the deadly fentanyl crisis, a group of parents fighting for change after suffering unimaginable loss. They filed a lawsuit against Snapchat, accusing the social media giant of enabling drug dealers, specifically targeting the disappearing messages feature. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
If you are sitting there as a parent and you think, not my child, I want you to think again. This does not discriminate.
Two mothers bound by heartache, now turning anger and anguish into action.
He was gone, he was blue and not breathing, and you can still see him lying on his beanbag chair. We didn't know about the depths of social media harms, and unfortunately, we learned the hard way.
Their crusade beginning after both moms said their teenage children died from unwittingly ingesting fentanyl-tainted pills purchased through Snapchat, often by using a combination of emojis. The app, known for its disappearing messages, leaves no digital breadcrumbs for parents.
Our children are literally playing Russian roulette, and they don't know they're playing the game.
Teenagers make bad decisions. They shouldn't have to die from it.
My daughter did not die in vain. She left me with a purpose. I need to fulfill that purpose. I need to honor her. I need to honor her legacy. Finale would light up any room. She sparkled just like the fireworks. She was one of the kindest souls. She was one incredible human being.
For Masa Yeager, being Finale's mother was one of life's greatest blessings. Before her death, the 18-year-old was a straight-A student, a compassionate friend, a budding gymnast.
She was very passionate about it, but she had a couple of accidents. So she had her knee would pop out. And we took her to the doctors. The doctor said she needed surgery. I don't think she imagined how painful or difficult the surgery was going to be.
When Advil and doctor-prescribed painkillers didn't help ease her pain, Masa said Finale went on Snapchat to find something stronger.
Tell me about the day of December 7th, 2021. What do you remember from that day?
It was a typical day. Finale wasn't home. It was around 7 p.m. I gave her a hug. I told her her food was in the refrigerator, and I went to bed. Never, ever would have imagined that would be the last time I would see my daughter. I mean, what mother could ever imagine you say, good night, I love you? That would be the last time I would see her.
Masa would find her daughter lifeless in her bed the next morning.
Kind of moved her hair off her face. I started feeling this coldness. I knew she was gone. I knew my baby was gone. I knew she was gone. I knew my baby, my angel, my everything.
But Masa is not letting Finale's story end in her death. She's one of the dozens of parents who have now filed lawsuits against Snapchat, accusing the social media giant of being a widely used conduit for drug dealers to promote the sale of fentanyl-contaminated drugs to vulnerable minors and young adults.
So they would like Snapchat to change the design of its product, in particular the disappearing message feature, which serves no productive use besides hiding illicit conduct from parents, from law enforcement.
The lawsuit alleges that from 2020 through 2022, Snapchat was involved in over 75% of the fentanyl poisoning deaths involving children between the ages of 13 to 18 and involving a dealer who was connected with the child via social media.
This is a Snapchat problem. I've spoken to hundreds of families that have lost loved ones through fentanyl. And not one parent have I come across that has lost their child through any other app. Instagram, Facebook, no other app.
This comes at a time where fentanyl deaths are on the rise. According to the CDC, more than 71,000 deaths were linked to synthetic opioids like fentanyl in 2021. Experts say a lethal dose of the drug could fit onto the tip of a pencil.
What drugs did they take? What drugs? Fentanyl?
As police continue to respond to fentanyl-related overdoses, officials pointing the finger to the border, where over 20,000 pounds of fentanyl were seized while crossing into the United States in the fiscal year 2022. Even so, last year alone, the DEA seizing a staggering 379 million deadly doses of fentanyl inside the U.S. The agency even releasing this cheat sheet showing the emojis commonly used to buy drugs on social media with the hope of bringing awareness to the problem.
The plug is what a dealer would send to their known customers or users that they have narcotics available if they want. Well, we've seen kids that have experimented as young as 4th, 5th grade. So there's really not a wrong time to have those candid conversations with your kids.
She's helping kids to stay off drugs. That's important, isn't it?
Long story short, my 14-year-old son died from fentanyl poisoning in June of 2020. All those kids you see right there all lost their life through a counterfeit pill purchase on Snapchat.
To help cope with the immeasurable loss of her son, Alexander, Amy Neville does outreach at events like this one.
We just don't know these days, right? Our kids have all this access to things that were once in a very dark place, but apps like Snapchat have brought this very scary thing into the light.
Go, Alex! Almost there, buddy. Keep going, train it.
And kids are dying every single day, and I feel like we're just letting that happen.
Amy now traveling the country, speaking out about the dangers that could be lurking on a child's social media. She even recently testified before a congressional committee about the crisis.
It was on Snapchat that he set up a deal to get pills. It was on Snapchat that he made plans to have the dealer drive up to our house so Alex could sneak out for a couple of minutes one night and get anything he wanted.
In a statement, Snap Inc. telling ABC News it's taking steps to protect its users, including using cutting-edge technology to proactively find and shut down drug dealers' accounts, blocking search results for drug-related terms, redirecting Snapchatters to resources from experts about the dangers of fentanyl, and is continually expanding its support for law enforcement investigations.
They like to tell us they're doing all these things, but the reality is they're giving us tiny little Band-Aids on some huge gaping wound, and we're not getting anywhere with it.
Fentanyl is now the leading cause of death in those 17 and younger, which is a travesty.
Sheriff Don Barnes is part of the team that investigated Alex's death and says these tragic stories are getting more common.
What are the demographics of the folks who are dying from fentanyl poisonings in this county?
Everyone. Everyone is dying. It knows no demographics. It knows no socioeconomic status. It knows nothing about where you come from, the city you live in.
His department has changed its approach on how they investigate these fentanyl poisonings, treating them now as homicides.
Currently, just my organization in the County of Orange, we have over 150 homicide investigations into some of these fentanyl-related deaths. And last year, we filed charges on 3 of them for murder through the U.S. Attorney's Office.
If I'm a parent, I'm going to hear those numbers and think it's a pretty low number to prosecute if you have 150 open investigations, right?
Yes, it is a very low number, but it's the technology that's causing this barrier. That information we need, that evidence we need, that's got this 24-hour window, oftentimes reduced down to mere hours, will be gone even after we gain access to the phone. I'm tired of looking at families who say the same thing every time, only if I knew what my child was doing behind their closed bedroom door. And it's oftentimes too late when we have to deliver the tragic news that their child was lost to another fentanyl-related death.
I have all the rocks she's collected in her lifetime.
Like Amy, Masa has been on a mission, starting a foundation named after her daughter.
We're going to do legislative work. We work with the communities. We want to provide test strips to schools, provide Narcan, whatever I can do to help and to honor her legacy.
You have found your purpose.
Yeah, this can happen to anybody. So please, I beg you, be vigilant.
Our thanks to Zareen.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.